Welcome to the Small Scale Life Podcast. Your hosts Tom and Julie talk about wellness, gardening, and connecting to nature and people as we learn, do, grow, and be a little better every day. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Small Scale Life Podcast. I'm your host, Tom. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. Just wanted to check in with you before we jump into the main content of the show. In episode 245, I am talking about the 24-hour fasts I did, then followed up with a 36-hour fast, some lessons learned along the way, and then also talking about the visitors at the bird feeders here at the landing. So wanted to show you who's been coming, who's been going. It's been pretty cool. Had some great feathered friends here and some furry ones too. You know, you could also title this show What I Did While Jules Was Gone. Jules has been on a trip to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic, and so I've been batching it all by myself all week, and I've gotten a lot of stuff done. There's been some wins, there's been some fails, and I'll show you a couple things that I've been up to, some things that didn't work so well, and some things that did. So things are going great. I hope you're doing wonderful. I'm going to keep this intro down. Remember, check out Ant Live every 7:30 p.m. Central on Mondays on the Small Scale Life YouTube channel. And then also check out smallscalelife.com. We have our Facebook group, Facebook page, other social media out there. So check that out. There's links and everything on smallscalelife.com, our flagship. So without further ado, let's get into the main topic. 24-hour fast and an update on Tommy Cakes Suet and supply. So anyway, I'll talk to you all soon. Remember to learn, do, grow, be a little better every day. Take care, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Small Scale Life Podcast, Small Scale Life YouTube channel. It is your lovely host, Tom. Tommy Cakes is here, and it's a nice, cold, frigid Thursday. It is the 23rd of January, 2025, and coming at you, talk a little bit about the 24-hour fast that I just got done, and also just about some other things that I've been working on here behind the scenes, trying to get some new things in place, some more fun little projects. Very excited about, and some things that we say a lot here: learn, do, grow, be a little better every day. And part of that growing process, learning and then doing, and then the growing is complete and utter failure. Yes, indeed. So we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. But let's talk with, a couple other things. Join Adam and I at Ant Live here on the Small Scale Life Podcast every 7:30 on Mondays. We will be back with another great topic. This Thursday show is kind of impromptu, threw it up there at the end. Just want to talk about this 24-hour fast and some of these other things. We'll see if this becomes a thing in the future. It's kind of fun to do it though, and appreciate y'all for checking in. Make sure you check out say hello in the comments, throw questions in. We'll get to that. So where did this all come from? Why the hell was I doing a fast? Well, it's no question. 2025, new year, new start, new you, renew you, right? We did that in 2019. Did Whole30 last year, and this year trying some other things, but the goal is to get going, get my butt moving on this weight loss journey, this wellness journey, not just weight loss, but it's wellness, overall wellness, and try some new things. And one of those things is lose a little extra of this, right? So decided, so where did the fast come from? Well, let's take you back. Let's take you back to Monday's show with my buddy Adam. Let's bring that back up. We're going to share the screen, and I'll take you to the exact minute where Adam started talking about a 24-hour fast.
We should have trying to put out some challenges out there.
Ooh.
But do some sort of challenge yourself to do something that you have a good chance of failing at. Like, it's a 50-50 chance that you're going to be able to make it or not. But long story short, put yourself, whether it's a long hike, you're going to sit there and you're going to do a 15-mile hike in a day or a 20-mile hike in a day. And just today I'm going to do this. It's amazing when you accomplish or you get even this close to accomplishing it, what confidence you give yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily have to win it, but you showed yourself that you can do something difficult. That's kind of why I brought up the 24-hour fast. Is a 24-hour fast, you sit there and go, I can't not eat for 24 hours. And you do it and you're like, actually kind of felt pretty good. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Weird. And then, you do a 48-hour fast or you do a 72-hour fast and you challenge yourself to doing something. You push yourself to do something that you don't typically do. Guess what happens? You show yourself that you can do something, not Tommy Cakes didn't get the whole 30 for 30 whole days, or Adam didn't stick to his carnivore diet because,
the cupcakes are there.
There was a birthday there in the middle of it, right?
Right.
You're not lying to yourself. You're just kind of you're moving forward. So
that's a good point.
Just give yourself a little bit of a challenge there.
Mm-hmm.
Mental exercises.
Yep, that was where it all started. So Adam, my partner in crime, he was talking about a 24-hour fast and threw it out there as kind of a challenge. And a little bit later, I said, all right, I'll do it. I'll do a 24-hour fast. I had never done one before. Never, ever, ever, ever had done one before. So figured, why not? Julie's out of town, and why not give it a shot? Ryan was going to be in town. Julie's out of town. I'm batching it. I'm with the kiddies. I have stuff to do. I was coming back from St. Cloud. So why not do a 24-hour fast? And that is exactly what I did. So at 5:00 yesterday, I began the fast. And the basic rules were don't eat anything, right? Water, black coffee, tea. That's it. That's all I had for 24 hours. I had some tea last night. I was working on a project. I'll show you what the results of that were. And then this morning, I did it. And did not have. Yes, you. I see you over there. Look at this guy, cat man. Yes, I am a cat man. Meow. My man Adam checking in. So I blame you, sir. I blame you. So, yeah, I did it. So started at 5:00 p.m. yesterday. I was driving back from St. Cloud, Minnesota, just kept on trucking, came back here, got busy on a project, and I was working. And about 11 o'clock last night, I was starting to feel hungry, and I actually had a headache. I was like, what is this? I had a headache over my left eye, and maybe it's just because it was getting late and I was tired. I'm not sure. But I was working on the mold project, and I'll show you the results of that in a minute. And I was like, okay, I've never done this before, so I probably should look up at what were the side effects or something like this. So just looking around, it looks like, headache is one of those side effects. You can have a headache as you're, kind of detoxing. You're not eating, so you're hungry, of course, and you can feel really tired or irritable. Imagine that you don't have it, that your sugar is crashing, so you get really irritable. Think of the Snickers bar commercials, right? You're hangry. So, but I kept going because I knew I had this project to do. I knew my time as a batch was getting short. So I got to get these projects done before Jules comes home and has her list of things. So yeah, that was last night. I went to bed probably around, about midnight, and my brain just wouldn't shut off. It was going because I was thinking about these projects and stuff. And so I finally fell asleep around after 1. And then I started the day, woke up at 7 a.m. I was feeling pretty good, feeling okay. It was a busy day. We have a lot of stuff going on with the new administration coming in, a lot of meetings. I pretty much was on the phone from 9:30 until 5:30 or so. I mean, on the phone or conference calls and all the different stuff. I noticed, I took some aspirin in the morning, but I noticed around 12:30, again, I was hungry. That headache kicked in again. And I think I just had some coffee in the morning, no creamer, but that's not my usual. I usually have more coffee than that. So I think it was just not having that constant drip of coffee or that dose of caffeine. It wasn't as high. So of course you're going to have a headache from that. I've done this before where I cut caffeine and it's like, feels like I get hit by a truck, So that pretty much lasted all afternoon as the headache. And then finally got done with calls and everything around 4:30, almost 5. I don't remember when I lost the headache. I didn't track that. That's one thing. So sometime between 12:30 and about 4:30, I did kind of kick the headache. And then I noticed I really wasn't paying attention to the hunger levels or anything after, I don't know, 1 or 2. But then around 4:30, 4:45 is like, oh, I'm almost done. Sweet. I'm almost done, And I was starting to look forward to food, especially about 4:30. I don't know. I think I was talking to my coworker who's a foodie, and she was talking about a couple places down in central Wisconsin, some really interesting sounding restaurants. And I think I was starting to get hungry. Plus, Julie had sent this picture of the lobster that her aunt had down in Punta Cana, and it was just like, this is a fabulous dinner. But I was starting to get hungry, looking forward to food, and the fast actually ended at 5 p.m. I waited till about 5:15. I was just feeding the cats and doing stuff, and then I ate. So that was about it. I did notice around 6:30 though, I was kind of feeling like, ew, I'm not feeling so hot. I don't know if it was just body starting to process that or not. And Adam, I don't know. Is that pretty normal, dude? I mean, you've done this before, where you kind of detox out, or you go through a fast and then you eat something and then you're kind of like, yuck. So that was my experience with it. Would I do it again? What did I eat? I had some, nothing really heavy. I had some crackers and nuts to start. So that's what I had. So it wasn't really heavy because I figured coming out of that to not go heavy with something. So I don't know. Maybe it was just my body adjusting and whatnot. What do you think, dude? What did you eat, man? But, drank plenty of water all day. I have my my big Stanley guy. So, yeah, that's what I was having all day. So if you all have done fasts, throw it in the comments. I'll pop it up here. But I have noticed, in the past 2 weeks, my weight was just kind of like, and then all of a sudden I'm on this downwards trend, which is fabulous. I am super excited about that. So, here we go. It can happen that you're just a bit over hungry. Well, I am Tommy Cakes. I do love my delicious, my drinky drinks and delicious. But it probably was all related to that. And I've noticed, too that certain foods and, maybe just the crackers, it just didn't go with me. That's fine. I know that dairy is not super great for me right now. And, I'm trying to stay away from breads and all that kind of stuff too. So probably shouldn't have the crackers. But anyway, so that was the fast. Now there are some positive side effects to it. There's always the downside, but then there's the other sides too, right? It can improve your kind of reset your body and your digestion system. You can get some mental clarity. It'll help with your weight loss and your blood pressure and cholesterol. So reduce inflammation, which is good, and improve some other things. So I know a lot of folks who are doing intermittent fasting. They get good results, and that was my first shot at 24-hour fast. So I think it was positive. Look who's here. Look at that girl. Hey, baby. Welcome. Well, I'm glad you are tuning in. Look at you go. So I hope you're having a good time down in Punta Cana, and you don't want to come back yet. It is super cold. We're still very cold. Oh, they got 2 listeners down there. Look at that. So yes, we are very jealous of you, my dear. And you guys, I hope you are wrapping up your time down there. It is exceptional. And just to give everybody an idea of the fun in the sun that these great folks are having, there you go. She's enjoying the time. Lots of love. Oh, it's kind of a Batman. That's right. I was having the Batman problem the other night. So there you go, dear. So yeah, I think that I think overall it was pretty successful. I think it was a pretty good test, Adam. So that was a good challenge. Thank you for giving me that challenge. I think that was great. So just art hands. Well, we called it Batman hands, right? Because it's like pathetically bad, I don't know. I need training on this. So yeah, it was a busy day, lots of phone calls. There's a lot of confusion and panic. We'll see what happens as things unwind, and we'll talk about more of that when you get home, Jules. I'm not traveling, so that's good. We'll be doing a lot of cool things, kind of bring you up to date on some of those cool things. So on the Tommy Cakes world, yes, this is a little fun project. So I've got these molds. You can kind of see that there. So it's going to be a suet cake, and this is my mold, right? What do I got? Oh, thanks, Adam. You are so special. So this is the mold that actually went through the molding process. And it's super cool, super easy how you do this. So this is like a little crafting thing. Yes, I'm crafting. Jules was as cold as it is. You should. It was like 0 today with minus, maybe got up to 5, and it was like minus 15. It's not 80 degrees. There's no pool that's open. Well, it's inside pools, but it is not beach time up here for sure. For sure. So, so this is my template, and this is about as big as maybe just a little different dimensions than standard suet cakes that you can buy at the store, like at Menards or Walmart or Lowe's or wherever you're at, Home Depot, or Birds Unlimited. And so what my job is, what I'm trying to figure out, I would like to make a mold. So, yes. Okay. Now we're going to have this discussion. So was it going to be backwards on the Tommy Cakes? I don't have my regular molds down here. So I have soap molds that look the same. So hush. I see that. It is younger. That was probably from about 2013, 2014, maybe even 2010. That picture on your Gmail, Jewel. So anyway, so what I was looking at my soap molds, and they are the same. Where I don't know, you can't really see it here, but when it molds, I think it'll be okay. Just the way the material goes in and the way the mold is, and this will actually show up on the bottom of the bar, just like this. It'll make the negative. Here, I'll just take this. It'll make the negative inside the mold. And so this didn't turn out right. It's going to work. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I had the mold. I have the box. So the way you do this is you build a little box around your mold, and then you mix the silicone together, just like you would in an epoxy. So you put the two chemicals together, mix them up, pour it into the box. And then this thing sets up in like 15 minutes. It sets. Now, there is one little step that Tommy Cakes missed. Okay, I made a mistake. This is why we say learn, do, grow, be a little bit every day. So Tommy did some learning, and then doing, and then he definitely grew, because what I didn't do is, so this box, as you can see, is not glued to the bottom of the mold. So what happens when you put a liquid around a solid that isn't connected to the overall body? You start to have physics happen, right? So the liquid goes in, and then it starts to push that thing up. So whether it is a seashell or a Tommy Cakes mold, or I don't know, whatever it is, it's going to push that up. All that fluid is going to push it up into the surface. So that is what happened. It looked great. It was awesome. Going along, made a sweet mold. mean, theoretically, it should look like this. And on the inside, there should be a nice cavity back here that you just pour the stuff in and then put it in the freezer and it solidifies and good. But since it floated to the surface, there wasn't any, it didn't get thick enough up there. So all the thickness is down on the bottom and not on the top. So this is the top. This should be the bottom. So darn it. So I'm going to have to try it again. It happens. Does that make sense? Does that make sense what I'm doing? As far as the lettering backwards, I look at all my molds that I have that are bars of soap, and they're just like this, and they turn out just fine. The actual mold itself is the negative. Okay, so I think I'll be okay. We'll try it out. What the hell, right? What else are we going to do? We're going to learning, doing, growing, being a little better every day. That's what we do around here. So, what else is happening? We did have a little problem. So, yes, practice makes perfect. Thank you. So this is our bird feeder, or bird bath that we've been using, right? And the birds actually love it. They've been liking it in the cold weather. Yeah, and Jules is probably going, oh God, he's going into it to talk about his birds. Hold on a second. Going back. So anyway, we have this thing. Had a lot of birds coming into this, even with the very cold. I mean, I watch the deer and I watch squirrels. They're drinking out of the cold plunge tank that's right over here. I've got a heater in it. It's not frozen. I watched a squirrel climb down the side. Yes, she is used to it. Absolutely love. So Jules got this for my birthday and got it at the local Ace Hardware. And it's a heated watering dish, right? It's got a heating element. And it was working great. The birds would perch on the side. They would drink. They're not swimming in it, of course, because if they did, they turn into a bird popsicle out there. So we were getting blue jays, finches, cardinals. Everybody was coming in to drink. Not so much the woodpeckers that I saw. But then we did some little things in our living. We moved some things around in our living room and put a coffee bar out in our living room. And there just was too much load with 2 heaters and a coffee maker on it. So it popped. This froze. And so unfortunately we have a crack after it froze. So I've got to take this back and get one. But yes, the birds, everybody's been drinking. We've been having 5 or 6 deer come out nightly to my cold plunge tank. I'm not going in there right now. We talked about this on Monday. It is so cold right now. I would turn into a popsicle, and I kind of don't want to be a popsicle right now. And I mean, it's deadly cold. So no cold plunges yet. We'll wait till it heats up a little bit, but then we'll get back into it. Okay. So soon. Now, Adam, he's got his greenhouse and he's been going in his greenhouse. Adam, did you go in your cold plunge today? Let me know. That is one good use of a cold plunge tank for sure. We've had a lot of activity inside or outside at the bird feeders. Everybody's coming in. With it being so cold, we have this little hairy woodpecker has been coming in quite a bit. This is my homemade suet feeder right here. Just took a log and drilled some holes in it. It works great. And so we're just going to do a little parade of birds here. Whoops. What happened? I think I just did something. I stopped my cam. Here we go. Let's get this down the other day. Oh, that's our little guy again. Let me close some screens here because the software is picking those up. So we've been having a lot of woodpeckers coming in. Some of our favorites. I'm learning the software. There's some an ability to put on some different things. Oops. Why is that not coming up? There we go. Nope, I've seen that one already. Sorry. Not very exciting here. Here's a fun one. Jules will like this guy. This is our little dark-eyed juncos. And so they're fun. They're down from Canada and far up north. They come down here during the winter because I guess it's warmer or something. but you can see they're like little penguins, and they make the cool little noises, and they just bop around the ground. They usually are ground feeders. So the fact that they're coming in and eating at our homemade suet feeder is pretty cool. So let's see what else we've had some regulars coming in. Here we go. Here's the star of the show. So this one, there we go. So this is a male pileated woodpecker. You can tell it's a male. It's got the red cheeks and the comb comes down a little bit. So it's very cool. We've had every day, every morning, these birds come in, and look at the claws on this thing. And they're big. They're like a prehistoric bird coming in. But it's been really fun. So hopefully you're seeing this next picture. Other friends we've had coming in. I do love the pileated. They're such cool birds. Here we go. Bring up this. This is our friend Sam. He's a naughty little squirrel. So this was my first batch of Tommy Cakes right here with the spicy Tommy Cakes. So this was, it's got capsaicin in it, and I put it out there, and he was the first one in. I mean, minutes after I had put this thing out there, he was checking this out. And later on, he tipped this over, broke the bowl. He was not happy that it had other things in it. So, yeah, he's kind of a naughty little critter. So this is the problem with having too many screens open. Let's try this. So this picture, kind of an interesting one. It's a cardinal up on the big bird buffet, another bird coming in, just kind of a cool action shot. Our nuthatches are coming in. We usually have 2 or 3 or 4 coming in. And again, they like the suet. They love the seed. This is one of my favorites, the red-bellied woodpeckers. They are in all the time. Yep, good. I got the right one. So I got a ton of pictures of those. We have the house finches, also the dark-eyed juncos. They are ground feeders, but the finches get everywhere. They were really loving the bird bath as well. Here's the nuthatch upside down. They usually eat upside down, so it's not unusual to see them like that. It's just kind of a funny picture. And then they do that. So very cool little birds. There's our red-bellied woodpecker again, one of my favorites. They're always around. So usually the pileated will come in, and then the red-bellied woodpecker would come in. And here's where the bowl was functioning. So there's 4 little house sparrows coming in, or house finches coming in. They just loved it, and I gotta get another one out there. Same with Blue Jays. We have a cabal. We have about 4 to 6 of them, 6 of them out there. And especially when I put out seed with peanuts in it, they are all over it. And they'll hit the suet as well. Our cardinal friend, Elvis, he comes in quite a bit. Now we picked up a second male cardinal, so that's fun. They're regulars. Here's Wanda. She's our female woodpecker. She doesn't have the red on her cheeks. So this was just yesterday. She was in cleaning up the suet, and she's been by twice today. She was right outside my office earlier today, telling me that, hey, dude, get your suet filled up. I am very hungry. So, and yep, you can tell she doesn't have the red cheekbone there. So very cool birds. We've seen doves return. We haven't seen those in a while, but I had 3 or 4 of them popping in this week. Of course, the lady, Priscilla, she is female cardinal. And then we have a hairy woodpecker upside down under here. That was the first I've seen them go upside down on the big bird buffet. There they are. And then the Blue Jays, of course, are Cabal. And then our woodpeckers again. And even the cardinals will get up there. They're kind of more of a ground feeder, but they'll get up in there. So, yeah, fun times. I mean, that's our backyard. Woody woodpecker. Yes, yes. Oh, here we go. So Jules is out. See you, my dear. Have a good evening. We'll see you on Saturday. Mr. Adam, his ice bath is 8 inches of ice from the cold spells. Yeah, I believe it, dude. I mean, if I didn't have that little tank heater in there, I'd be total ice too. So, yeah, I'm glad it works. And like I said, I am providing water to a whole herd of deer, which is kind of cool. But absolutely, Woody is The pileated woodpeckers are the woody woodpeckers of the group. So yeah, that's about it from my presentation. You guys have any questions? Anything popping? Anything you want to talk about? Any questions from the audience? I'd be happy to take those. We'll open up the floor for a little bit here. So yeah, I mean, what else can I talk about? Some things that we were talking about on Monday that we've been working on here. Why not show that stuff? Here we go. So one of the things I made this weekend were heart-shaped suet cakes. So these are pretty cool. And I drilled a hole in the middle here and strung ribbon around those so they can hang by themselves. They don't need to go in a suet feeder cage because they have the standard cages that suet cakes could go into. But these have a ribbon on them so you could hang them from a branch or from a hook. And then I was also working on salsa and sauce. I took all my tomatoes and did all the tomatoes. I had them frozen. I had processed them, and they were sitting in my freezer, and it was time. So I've started processing those, and it was a whole day. It's about 3.5 gallons of sauce, of tomato sauce or pulp and sauce. So I'm ready to make salsa and tomato sauce, and I'll jump on that here when I'm done with this podcast or this video. This is all my stuff I've been doing while Jules has been away. What else have I been doing? This was kind of annoying. So I had to break out the old sauce boss, the old sauce master. I had a piece for the KitchenAid, and apparently for the KitchenAid sauce master, you needed 2 pieces, and I only had 1 piece. I figured the meat grinder piece would fit into that, and I had 2 of those, but apparently you need a special, the hopper and the grinder piece here, you need a special one of those on KitchenAid. How frustrating. It was super frustrating. And I've ordered those up. They should be here shortly, but it was just a little annoying. But yeah, it's been a good week. This is another thing I did. Oops, that's a video. Made kombucha. So I've got a batch of kombucha brewing and did some other little odds and ends repairs. It's been a productive week. Not that I'm not productive when Jules is here, but it's been a productive week overall. So, plus we did a show with Adam. Lots of work stuff. Work has been busy. Like I said, lots of things are happening with the new administration and trying to understand what all that is all about. Man, does it not seem like the TikTok 12-hour ban was a lifetime ago? It seems like we've accelerated from here to there. So that seems like a lifetime ago. So I don't know. Who knows? Seeing no more questions from the audience or any questions from the audience. I really appreciate you all being here tonight. I'm not going to keep you all. There's plenty to do. But thank you for tuning in. Remember to learn, do, grow, be a little better every day. This is Tom from Small Scale Life. Check us out, Ant Live on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. right here on the Small Scale Life YouTube channel. Check out smallscalelife.com. The website has a lot of stuff on it, stuff and things. Also, check out Adam at modernfrontier.com. modernfrontier.com. He's got his grass-fed beef and chicken and pork, and it's delicious. Love it. He does a really good job. And then also Jules at willowriveryoga.com. That's her Willow River yoga site, and you can check out her stuff there. Yes, and if you that reminds me, so she's got all of her yoga events and things there. Also, the shop, the 533 studio with some sprays and stuff there. And then my buddy Adam says, "Looking forward to talking again on Monday." Yes, it is a pleasure, my friend. You're good. We love it. It's a lot of fun, and we have some laughs and talk about some serious stuff too. So, all right, everybody. Well, I'll let you go. I have drawn it out. Oh, one more thing there, guy. Notice I called it one more thing, Adam. That came directly from a conversation we were having on a podcast just recently. So I got to call it one more thing because there's always one more thing. And it's a Minnesota, Wisconsin, Midwest goodbye to stretch that out. So I do that a lot. So everybody have a great one. Have a great weekend if we don't see you. If you have a topic for Ant Live, throw it in the comments or DM us, send us a message, realsmallscalelife@gmail.com, and we will cover it. So, all right, everybody, take care. We'll see you real soon. In closing, from the north to the south, from the east to the west, and everywhere in between, may the gods, spirits, and folk be blessed at this place. May we heal the land and protect the soil, animals, and plants. May we live in strength and love, leading the way as we learn, do, grow, and be a little better every day. This is Tom from the Small Scale Life Podcast. We'll be back with another show. In the meantime, stay safe and take care, everybody. This has been a production of Small Scale Life Media. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's just kind of a warm-up. One more important note. Small Scale Life reminds you that we are not licensed doctors, therapists, healthcare professionals, or financial professionals. You should always consult a professional before starting any practice. All information shared on Small Scale Life or the Small Scale Life podcast are for informational and inspirational purposes. Results will always vary, and participation in any practice or activity is completely voluntary and at your own risk. That said, keep learning, doing, growing, and being a little better every day. You've got this.